Wonderful. All right, so today's telecon is for Tuesday, April 22nd, and I'll be presenting. And so what do we have on the agenda for today? So we're going to give a short update on the KNC manual, talk about an update to the alert system, discuss any advice or suggestions for updates to the KNC website, also announce that we're officially a NASA partner and a few steps to go over about that. Then we're going to discuss the April-May break and other topics regarding communication within KNC, Exoplanet Watch, and then the utilities, so our photo submission form, our topic request form, and then info on the next webinar. All right, so I have received a few different items either through Damien or directly to me. I've seen that a few of you have updated the KNC manual or left comments, and I appreciate that. I'm still waiting for a lot of you guys to come in with any contributions or comments or edits. I'll be leaving that up till May 1st, and then I'll be making all of my changes at once for us to review one final time. And then I plan to be using it as I start to do more things with NASA. So additions and videos are always welcome even after that point, but to kind of have that first, addition that's going to be launched to new people and to other forums outside of KNC, that'll be happening after May 1st. All right, so make sure to make your edits, please, or send me anything you want to contribute by then. And then we can find a working document here, and I'll be sending an email out right afterwards with all this information in case you don't have it. It is also on the Kilonova Catcher News channel on Slack. All right, we have a alert system update. Damien has been making ongoing refinements to it, and he is very confident with its ability now and its reliability. So he wants you guys to act on the ones that you do see coming in. He says that they're working very well for the last SVOM alert. And then this will allow, and of course, this allows streamlined communication between the scientists and grandma and you all. And so we'll be receiving alerts simultaneously at this point. So you don't have to wait for a scientist to come in. You can just start observing, and then we'll be in continuous contact regardless. So part of the NASA partnership is that we are now getting our own page on NASA. And what that means is that our website will now be connected to NASA's citizen science pages. And we want to be able to have any new member make the process into KNC streamlined, because KNC is unique because of we ask you guys for science images. And so we want to make sure that that process of streamlining new individuals in is as easy as possible. And so we want to get some feedback on the KNC website as it is now. So does it communicate our science well? Is it easy to look for the science in case it's not well understood? Does it function well during observations? Is it easy to navigate to learn how to use the website? Do you all have any recommendations? You can leave some in the comments or in the chat now, or you can use the topic request form, which I'll send out with this email after the meeting for you guys to leave any, or you can send me an email or Slack chat. Leave any comments, any feedback, and please do not be afraid to leave feedback. It'd be really nice to hear from you guys how you felt about the KNC website. And so now with being officially a NASA partner, we get to include NASA's partner logo on our website. KNC will be getting its own page on NASA Citizen Science website. We will have an article released about us. And so to highlight the article, these are a few of the topics that they ask in the form when we submit. So we want you guys to send us what would you think should be included. This was supposed to be an open discussion, but it's a little bit of a small group right now, so I'll be sure to ask this in the email as well. What highlights or news should we discuss? Is there a closing statement that you guys think that we should really consider? Do you guys like the slogan that we have on the KNC website? Should that be the one we use? Also, a quote directly from you guys about your experiences is requested. So whoever submits, we would pick from those who submit, and then your guys' quote would be on the KNC article. That would be a lot of fun. And so I plan to send more information about that as I get that done. but we're getting some more advertisement this way and hopefully some new members. Again, for any of the feedback on the website, on the any like quotes you guys have about KNC, how you feel about it, that all can be put on the topic request form, and I will send an email about this as well afterwards. Also, in general, if you guys want to have a topic submitted because of your interests, please do so as well. And this is for questions in general. And then submit your photos. We do have a few through, I think I have 2 more. Next month will be Lisa Maris's image. And this month is Roger's. And so he submitted this photo of Messier 81. He is not here right now. Of the Bode Galaxy, which is almost in his backyard. And he says that what really turns my wheels is seeing faraway galaxies through the far arms of M81. The vastness of our universe is amazing. I love Roger's work. It is such a beautiful image. Wish he was here to hear me say that. All right. So images will start are being uploaded to social media. And then we have a few ongoing announcements and updates that I mentioned before. So in May, we'll have Rob Zelm, the PI of Exoplanet Watch. He'll be come to give us a talk and explore some possible synergy between KNC and Exoplanet Watch. Because Exoplanet Watch, do any of you know what Exoplanet Watch is or have heard of it? Okay. If the general answer is no, Exoplanet Watch is a citizen science project that looks for exoplanets. And they are amateur astronomers. They also use different websites like Zooniverse. And he knows that his group of people will be very interested in what we do and have the equipment prepared for it. And we are wondering if, and KNC is wondering if you guys would be interested in maybe also partnering and doing some exoplanet monitoring or observing. I also have plans to reconnect with AAVSO. And then during the April-May break, is there anything you'd like to achieve during this time? Is there anything you'd like KNC to consider or change? Or is there any additions you'd like to propose, something to make easier within the collaboration? Any thoughts you guys have? And again, you can leave that in the topic request form, send me an email, send me a chat. So this meeting was very much asking of KNC of their opinions. And then in general, and I think this is really important after today's meeting, would anyone be interested in a shared public calendar for KNC? So if there's like these meetings, the webinar, the monthly meetings, something comes up, we want to meet with you guys serendipitously. When I'm giving a talk, would you guys like for that to be a public calendar that all of you guys could add to? Okay, we have a yes. So I think one yes kind of sends that out. So I will make that available. Wonderful. Okay. And I think we had a really short meeting. Is there any, so now I can open the board to any comments, questions, any conversations you guys like to have, any announcements. This meeting is being recorded, so this will go up. Thank you, Thierry. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. So any comments or questions? We go back to the agenda. Okay. Heinz said that last time he visited, he found the coordinates of the campaign objects hard to find. Should Traf be more prominent in the list, or was I just blind? That's not the first time I've heard somebody comment that. I can talk to Damien about that. I know that he is talking with others to sort out changes to the KNC websites, especially since we're going to have a lot of people looking at it in the coming months with the NASA partnership. Does anybody have any comments about like observing or submitting images? Any comments, like any recommendations for how the KNC websites to submit images there?
One thing I've noticed on the last couple of images I submitted that when you upload an image to it, it may give you an error where the PITS header is not okay. And it used to give you where you could go and and correct the FITS header. Usually it might have been because of you need to select a different filter or something, but now it just gives you an error when you try to do that. So I don't know if there's much attention now to the FITS header as there was when we first started. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
So on the KNC website, we used to be able to do editing of the header, is that what you're saying? And now we're not? Sorry, you broke up there for a
I mean,
moment.
so I'll say if I upload an image and I have a filter in it, and it'll give me an error saying that my FITS header is not correct. And
Mhm.
usually it was because of maybe how you named the filter or something. So there used to be a drop down list where you could select your filter, and that's not showing up anymore on that. So um,
Okay, thank you. All right, so I sent that summary to the chat, or Michael, for you to check in on. Let's see, let's go back. Are there any more comments, or are you guys still gonna go and look and make your edits on the KNC manual draft? Anything you want to communicate with me now? Okay, so no comments there. Feel free to interrupt if you think of something later and I'm discussing uh another item. All right, are we all, so I went over the whole presentation, so now we're kind of going back a little bit at a slower pace for room for discussion. Is there any comments with the alert system? Is it clear to you guys? How do you still feel a month later of, responses like here within the alerts within the observations channel? You guys are still liking that? Would you prefer we go back to something else, or just all okay with it for right now?
I just have one question. I think at one point it was said that KNC alerts are also kind of visible in Astro Colibri in the smartphone app. Did I confuse something about that, or is there a way um, to get alerts on Astro Colibri if there's an alert on KNC? Maybe I'm mixing up something here.
I have not heard that. I can ask Damien, maybe this is something that was presented with AstroColibri that I'm not aware of, but I will check back in.
Yeah, because one nice thing about Astro Colibri is that I think the latest version or some of the latest versions introduced integration with home automation, so it can actually make your lights go on or yes, your radio play or something like that. So which is perhaps a little bit more yeah, alerting than just something happening on Slack or your email or whatever. But it would be nice if that would work. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we discussed briefly the feedback on KNC website. Just gonna go over it one more time. Any comments about access to the information? Is it navigable? Is it communicative? I already had a few comments, which is really helpful.
Yes, Christina, for instance, by now there is a campaign on a GRB. When you are looking on the, I don't know if I may share the screen, but of course, Astro Colibri is very nice to rely on because on Kilonova catcher, so you give the alert related to the GRB 25 0419, but you don't deliver the right assumption, declination, and the inaccuracy of the designation provided by SVOM. So,
Okay, so you're saying on Slack, this doesn't occur. One second, let me see.
oh, yeah.
Am I still sharing or?
You
Yeah, you
see,
should be able to share.
here is a table I have on my Kilonova catcher when I log in, but it's not obvious to know where is located the GRB. A RADEC would be useful, and the inaccuracy of the designation here provided by SVOM would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, that is the first thing I need to know about the alert. Then I take the coordinates and I type it into some
Yeah.
app I have, and then I get a list of when I can see it at my site and when it's visible at all the other iTelescope sites. So yeah, it would be cool if one could cut and paste from there.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Perfect.
I guess another thing on that KNC website is, say it gives the say 2504/019 dot, then a bunch of digits, and you want us to put all those digits like after that, or just like
Yeah, it
like
should provide the standardized name that we see in the with GCN circulars, which is like GRB 250419A or B. Like it shouldn't be that format.
Okay, I was
We
wondering.
need to make the naming convention clear on the alerts.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. No, this is really good feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when the alert happens, the final designation isn't yet known, right?
Did I? Oh my gosh, was I not sharing my screen? That would be really bad. What were we saying? So yeah, so we need to make the naming convention clear on the KNC website and on the alert system. Absolutely. All right. So for the NASA partnership stuff, so they're looking for the highlights, the news, what it's like to be inside of KNC, quotes from you guys about your experiences. And what we want to do is we want you guys to give what do you think should be included in the highlights or news? I would like you guys to submit quotes about your experiences within KNC. And so we would pick or kind of make an amalgamation of one to put on the website, which what I think I would like to do is, you guys send me your feedback, a quote or one or two sentences, say, this is what it's like to be in KNC and to work with everybody. Then I would take, pieces of it and then submit it for our member quote on our article. So I will send a email with all this information if you guys want to contribute then, or if you'd rather say something about it now, I'd be happy to write it down. You can send it into the chat. But this is to kind of put KNC onto a greater platform in order to bring in new members, which is why we're doing a lot of these changes to the KNC website, and we're asking you guys about it. And I'm writing the manual because this was incoming. So now we're finally at this point, which is exciting. And so, right here, submit a quote, press select, any highlights or news, definitely, how we all work together, the jokes amongst the weather, about the weather, all that stuff, or highlights, news, fun things to include. But I'll be doing all of this. So And then Exoplanet Watch. What do you all think of that? So I would be extending an arm to Exoplanet Watch, to this citizen science project that observes exoplanets, saying, hey, we have, an alert for this if you guys want to observe. And then he would like to do the same thing, that if there's an exoplanet to observe, he would also like you all to, I would like to know if you guys would be interested in the same, in the return. So if he says, oh, there's an exoplanet available to watch, would you all be interested in observing an exoplanet?
Would this be actually part of KNC? What is the goal of KNC? Why would we like to do that within KNC? Wouldn't it draw too much the focus to other things? Then
No,
what's the goal?
So citizen science projects, specifically PIs and their leadership, collaborate like this pretty often. And so what this does is that some astronomers don't just observe one object or one thing. And so if you guys had the opportunity, obviously your preferential treatment would be KNC science goals. But if you had the opportunity available to you to observe an exoplanet, would you? And so it's the same thing for them. Would they be interested in observing gamma ray bursts, binary neutron stars, if they had the chance? And it's a way to network and to create strong ties between citizen science projects, especially lately. And so it's kind of a way to build community between citizen science projects within NASA. If you all are not interested, that's fine. But it wouldn't really be anything formal. It'd be like, hey, there's an exoplanet that was detected. If you guys want to observe, it's at, and I would give you the information. And then vice versa, I would be delivering GRB alerts to them. Like, hey, there's a gamma ray burst, or hey, there was a binary neutron star alert. And they will be able to decide if they want to observe or not.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool thing if it were like separated, like if we had a like say cross project channel in Slack that one can join or not join if one is not interested with exoplanet project ideas. I mean, that would be cool, but I guess we wouldn't submit the data using the KNC website.
No.
Because it's, I mean, exoplanet is about time series, right? And yeah. So, but I mean, if we could just optionally have a news channel so that we can stay in the same Slack and see other things from other projects, that would be cool, I think.
Okay.
My personal opinion.
That is a great idea, Heinz. I really like that. For keep it organized, keep it separate, like an exoplanet watch channel for any cross collaboration opportunities. I think that is a good idea. That way people can join that channel or not if they want to.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. And, in between, it might be interesting for some in between GRB alerts or when the LIGO systems are down or whatever to participate in something else. So yeah, separate channel sounds nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, LIGO will be down for several years, so starting in October, right? So
yes.
Yeah, I guess there will be Kilonova candidate alerts from optical brokers.
And we'll still be looking for short GRBs in that time as well. And that does take us on to the April-May break and what happens after that. And so afterwards this summer, obviously we'll be very, very focused on getting as much data as we can before LVK shuts down. And then following that in October, we'll be much more focused on, that's why we have this GRB observation strategy within GRAMA being developed in such detail, because we want to be able to catch the short GRBs, which are associated with Kilonova and maybe some serendipitous Kilonova observations if it's possible through other optical telescopes.
Cool. Thanks.
And there'll be more news about that as obviously we approach those times. And then already had some interest with a shared public calendar for KNC. And so I'll be including that as well. I'll be sending that out with the follow-up email, and everything is of course on the Forge as well. Has everybody been able to access the Forge? If you're not, please let me know. Or you can just send me a Slack. You can put it in Kilonova Catcher News, say, hey, I can't access the Forge, or I think what I'll do is I'll send a message into Kilonova Catcher News saying, hey, can you access the Forge? And then a green apple for yes and a red apple for no, like I did with the Times. I think I'll do that. Make it clear. Easier for you guys to contact me. Alrighty. Any other comments or suggestions? Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. And it was nice seeing you all. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye, Christina. Thanks a
Bye-bye.
lot.
Yep.
No problem. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Yep, thanks, Christina.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye, Christina.
Thank you.